Vegas, baby fans. I'm back. You know, I've had a bit of a rough week. I won't lie. So this show, I was going to do a different show. I told my friends yesterday, and I'm not doing the show I regularly scheduled. That will come next week. But after the week I've had and the last couple days I've had, and then I saw something on TV this morning. Glenn Close was on, and she came on and was talking about mental health. She started a mental health organization 10 years ago because her sister is bipolar and was just diagnosed 10 years ago, and her nephew has schizophrenia. So she started this organization to help people, and so she was on talking about it today, and it got me to thinking that. So this is going to be a little bit of a different serious show, and then funny will be back. Although this will explain to people why funny isn't always easy when people are struggling. And mental health is the biggest, dirty secret. No one wants to talk about it, right? Knowing what I know now, after a lot of years of therapy and talking to people, I've had this my whole life. I probably got the anxiety from my childhood and all the stress I was under at home, um, which, people don't realize what goes on behind closed doors. What may be the happy little family maybe isn't the happy little family, you know what I mean? And there was things going on. And unfortunately, I took the brunt out of it, of the four of us, because I was at that age. And I had, for Christ's sake, when I was a little kid, I was diagnosed with an ulcer. And my parents had to send me to grandma's for 2 weeks. So, I mean, what does that tell you? But anyways, so the thing about um, depression, anxiety, I can only talk about those two things because that's what I've had, and now a lot makes sense. When I was going through Bill being sick, I don't know how I did it. I do. I was always on edge, and I would snap easily, and I was always inside shaking, but I just pushed it down further and pushed it down further and pushed it down further. And then the depression started when I was in my 30s. And I've been told, and that's kind of, after telling them everything I'd gone through, my childhood, and then my husband, and they said, well, it might be in your family because you are very you do it you're it's obviously you have anxiety, and I had bouts of depression. And the thing is, you wake up in the morning like everybody else, and it's just there, and you wake up and you're like, whoa, what's going on? And you don't say, oh, I want to be depressed today, and then you're depressed. No, nobody likes it. It's not fun. It's awful because you're just down, and no matter what people say, you're just, so it doesn't help. And I know I've been there. There could be days that I just wake up and it's like the weight of the world is on your shoulder, and you just don't want to do it anymore. And people who have anxiety and depression, the things that go through their heads for many, many years before I went on medication, when I finally decided to go on medication, doctors tried from my mid 30s on, and I kept saying no, 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 and I should have, because it just wore my body out not doing it. So I didn't go on medication till I was, wow, 51, 52, when I finally, when I was, my grief counselor was suggesting it, and then I went to another counselor, and then finally they talked me into it. And I got to tell you what, it was the best day of my life, because see, when you got anxiety and stuff like that, the sound, it just doesn't stop. Constantly, your head is in motion. You're thinking. One little thing could be no big deal to you, but for somebody who has anxiety, it could be the world is coming to an end. And we can't control it. It just happens. See, that's the thing. People don't understand. People think you can control the anxiety and the depression, but you can't when you have it. If you've really got it, you can't. This little thing in your head, it starts to go, and then it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it doesn't go anywhere, it just stays there. And then the next thing, and then your head, the noise was constant in my head. It never shut off. When I go to sleep at night, I didn't sleep very well after Bill had his grand mal seizure. I swear I slept with one eye open because I was always so freaked out. He was going to have another one because it happened, at 5 a.m. And you just, and it just goes and goes and goes. So when they finally put me on medicine, what is it, 51, 52? I think it was 52 when I finally agreed to it. It took about a week, and then all of a sudden, I woke up one day and the noise was gone. It stopped, and I was like, I can't even remember the last time up to that point where there wasn't noise. And so it kind of freaked me out. I had to learn to live with the new normal, which that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to have something going on in your head all the time. And, families, they don't really want to talk about it. They, oh, Lynn, she'll be fine, this and that. And so nobody wants to talk about it, right? And I was drinking a lot to push it away. And just trying anything to shut off the noise. And then the depression, it's just, you know what they say, the funniest people are the most depressed people. And I'm not here to make you feel sorry for me. I'm not. I'm here to try to make you realize if you know somebody or, you have a friend, a relative, and you're like, talk about it. Be there. And these times are really bad. This week, my anxiety has been high, high, high. And I haven't felt like that until this week, and it's been really bad. And I've tried to explain it to a couple people, and they just don't get it. It's like, well, this and that, and everybody's going through it. And I understand everybody's going through it. But I'm talking about me right now. I'm the one that needs a little help, a little reassurance, encouragement, love, all those things. So don't be afraid. It's not a big, nasty thing. There are so many people in these United States that suffer from anxiety and depression and go undiagnosed. It's amazing. And I'm not here to say go on pills, but I'll tell you what saved my life. I'm not ashamed of it. It turned my life around. I every day say I wish I had started back in my 30s when Bill got sick. My life, my body, and my mind might have gotten through it better because now I've been diagnosed with a syndrome, which, you know what, I don't even believe it. Even though I went online and it's true, but my one doctor here said, you have, because I've been talking about, I had to take care of Bill. I actually took care of my parents, when they'd come home drunk, and I had to take care of my 1-year-old sister, and he said, well, you have caregiver syndrome. And I have read a book on alcoholic parents, and there's like stages of kids. And I was on the one stage where the child takes care of everybody, takes all everybody's problems, and tries to take care of everybody. That's me. That's what I tried to do. And I've tried to do my whole life. And, if I had gone on medicine, so now my point is my body, when I moved out here to Vegas, it was the best thing I ever did because when I got out of Illinois, I just felt like everything lifted off my shoulder. It was weird. And I even said it to my son in the car. I'm like, this is weird. It's like all the bad juju. And, but then I started to work and I couldn't handle stress in the least anymore. I used to be, if you know me, and what Bill and I went through, stress was like, even though inside it wasn't. But I did it every day, day in and day out for 17 years. And so now I get here and I couldn't take the little bit of stress. I had several anxiety attacks at my new job. And I just broke down and I went to the doctor. And I remember the doctor said to me, I normally don't say this to people, but you need to quit that job. And I don't know if you can, maybe you need to get a job where, although there's not many jobs, you're going to have stress everywhere. That's just life, right? And he's like, I don't know. And I said, I just can't do it anymore. And it scared me. It made me feel inadequate because I felt like it wasn't, I was like, God, I can't work. I've worked my whole life. I've been working full time since I was 18 years old. And now I'm 60 when this happened. 60, 61. Well, it was 60 when it happened. And And I just felt like so, and he's like, no, you know what? And then my body is just, I've got, I'm on medicine for my stomach, I'm on anxiety medicine and depression medicine. So it's real, people. And, if you know somebody, family, friend, whatever, and, it's okay to talk about it. Actually, it's really good to talk about it. We don't talk about it in my family. It's just, oh, that's Lynn, she'll be fine, and I love my family. Don't get me wrong, love them to death, but it's the big dirty secret, and I'm sorry, but it's not. We can't help it, and that's what I'm here today. We just can't help it. And this week has been particularly bad. I've broken down several times and was crying and just, at my wits' end, were saying to myself, it's just not worth it. And I'm not going to go off myself, but you do have thoughts of thinking yourself, it's not worth it. Why am I doing this? Right? And so I know this has been kind of a serious show, and I apologize for that. But so people just need to know these times are really bad. I'm locked up in this house by myself all day long. We do have the stay-at-home has been lifted, but there's nothing open, really. So there's no place to go. I go to the store and back, and when I may have my mask on, I'll talk to anybody. And a lot of people don't even want to do that right now because they're scared. So no one wants to talk to you. And I'm going crazy here, just going freaking crazy. And I'm not the only one out there. So if you know somebody that lives alone or is fighting depression or anxiety, reach out to them. Tell them you love them. Let them hear you. You know what? I can't tell you how good that would make somebody feel if they knew that you cared enough and you didn't care. You didn't think, oh, God, there's something wrong with her because she's, and so it's a real deal, folks. And so this was a PSA, I think. I will tell you one funny story because I have to. So what started, I woke up Wednesday, and like I say, you can wake up. You go to bed Tuesday night, everything's great. I wake up Wednesday, and I was down, I was depressed, I couldn't, and I had got this table in the mail several weeks ago, a small little end table for down here, and downstairs here. And when I first got it, I was putting it together. And the thing was, I could put shit together. I did everything at home, although Bill was the instructions. And he would read them to me and then tell me what to do, and I did it. So instructions aren't my strong point. But the fact is, they don't write instructions that you can even make sense of any days. So anyways, I'm trying to put this table together 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, there's something wrong here. Turned out one of the biggest pieces was missing. So I called them. They sent it to me. I finally got it the other day. So I'm like, I'm putting this table together. And I had a heck of a hard time. And I was just so down because I'm like, here I am again by myself. Nobody to help me, and feeling sorry for myself, and it just went from downhill, and that's what happens. So anyways, I finally get the damn table together, this table. So I'm sitting that night, I decided to stay downstairs. I have a TV upstairs, a TV downstairs, and said, I'm going to stay downstairs tonight. I built this table, I'm going to use it, right? So I'm sitting watching TV, and all of a sudden I hear ping. I'm like, what the heck was that? And I looked down, and a freaking screw fell out of the table. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know where it came from. So I'm shaking the table, and it's solid. So wherever it fell out of, I guess it's not necessarily needed, but it even fell out. I screwed it in, and because it came out with the anchor on it and everything. So I was just like, when it hit the floor Wednesday night, you hear this ping, and I look, and I'm like, that fucking figures. You gotta laugh, right? So that was my laugh for the day. But on the serious side, like I said, you know what? Please, if you know somebody, reach out, and don't be judgmental about people who have anxiety or depression, because let me tell you, it is real, very real. And the thing is, when somebody has it in the family, there's a good likelihood somebody else has it too. And I do know somebody else in our family that's got the courage enough to talk about it. Only one person so far. And I'm not going to mention the name or anything, but rock on, okay? So today I'm going to sing a song, and we're going to end the show. And I promise I'll come back Monday. Old Lynn. So that was my PSA for you people out there with the pandemic and just to, reach out. There's nothing wrong with that. So this is kind of, everybody knows this song, and it's a feel good song, and it's kind of a song of hope. And I hope, right? So I'm going to get it over here. Whoop. I just want to make sure I know the words. Of course I know the words. That's the thing. I know the words to most of these songs I sing, but without music, I forget them. So I got my microphone. All right, can you see it? Microphone is sitting here on its stand. Okay. Working? Okay. Okay, I can be a little funny. All right. All right, here's my song to go with my serious tone today. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that you heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Little off key. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Just love everyone. Be kind to people. And I'll see you next week on the Vegas Baby Show, starring me, Lynn. That's your PSA today. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you enjoyed the song. I love you, friends. And thank you so much for watching my show. And I really do hope you kind of think about what I said today, because it's really, really important, especially with what's going on right now. So God bless, and I love y'all. Keep on rocking and rolling.